What's up guys, Apidroid. This is just a quick look at the update for the Apidroid SLS Pro. This is the PC software. This will now run on a Connect rig that you've purchased or whatever is running little tablets and stuff like this will now run on here because I added Eco Mode in the last update. Also added a few other things as well, but now I've added this is basically called edge scan. So basically tracks the edges of anything it sees. If I blow a vape, for example, I've got a little vape here, so if I blow this, you see it picks up the vape. If I do a big cloud, it'll do a big one. I see it's quite sensitive. The Connect SDK does have this thing called player tracking, and the problem with that only tracks the person is detecting. As you see, it's not detecting any skeletons yet, but it is actually detecting the edge. This is very similar to the edge detection on the SLS mobile app. It's very similar to that, but this is using the data from the pipeline from the SDK to basically highlight the edges that it detects. This works on any of the 2D modes. It doesn't work on obviously the 3D mapping. I did try to get it working, but it doesn't look very nice, and it basically makes this look a little bit different, so I decided not to bother adding that. This new feature will work on the application as well, so you don't have to update the application. This will automatically just show on the app. So if you do use the SLS Link app, this will automatically work. You don't have to update the app. You only need to update the software, obviously, and it adds a couple of things here as well. So you can change the color of the skeleton tracking. You can change the color of the edge view, so you can basically put it to wherever you like. As you can see, it changes color. So it's entirely up to you where you put this, and it basically saves. So wherever you leave that, we'll save it for next time when you close the application as well. Previously also added in the application, it now saves your recordings inside the app, so you don't have to save them before you quit the app. Now it now locally stores them for you. So if you wish to get them later on, it's got a little folder button here. You click that and then it opens up the folder where it is. It's very simple to use now, and you can basically just open the file up and play it inside there, or you can open up in the computer and look at it later. So that's one of the other things that were added as well. In the last update as well, I also added this 3D, this is the beamforming microphone. So as you can see, it's picking up me speaking inside the 3D mode. Let me just zoom in. I'm going to show you how this works. Pretty cool. So if I click, for example, it detects where exactly it came from inside the 3D view, so you can basically pan and zoom. If you're seeing little dots appear, that's it picking up a sound basically through the beamforming microphone. There's also this 2D mode which was added ages ago. So whenever I click over here, you can see it's tracking the audio. So that's called Echo Radar. So yeah, a bunch of stuff was added. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for the update if you wish to get it. This will now run on, budget tablets and stuff. The SLS rigs that are sold, they're basically refurbished tablets and stuff on them. This will now run on here because it does have this eco button at the top here. So when you press that button, it will disable the 3D point cloud because that won't run on budget hardware, but the normal 2D modes work fine. Even though this is not an SDK sample, for example, the 2D modes work perfectly fine on budget Atom hardware and stuff like that. But this is using it's a modern interface. Basically, it's not based on SDK samples. It's not 10-year-old hardware. compatible basically. So I had to make a couple of refinements to get this to actually physically work on budget tablets and stuff. So if you've got a budget tablet SLS rig, you can basically just click that eco button and then it turns off the 3D pipeline as well, so it doesn't really affect the performance. This is actually about 10 times faster than the native Connect SDK anyway. It's just because it's a modern interface, it might struggle to run the 3D mode. That's also true with budget hardware. I demonstrated the 3D mode working on this is basically a budget phone from about 10 years ago. It's a Nokia 5.1 Plus, I believe. And it runs everything apart from the 3D mode, but when you enable the Eco mode, it works actually perfectly fine. So it's just a little demonstration of how that actually works. And obviously it's now compatible with budget hardware. So depending on what kind of hardware you've got, this is running on a pretty high-end PC, so it obviously runs it no problem. I'm yet to get a budget tablet just to see how it performs. But basically that's it, guys. I'm waffling on, so I'm basically just going to leave it there, guys. This is the new update, is version 2.2.5. is adding this depth, it's adding the the edge detection and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Like I said before, this the SDK has something similar to this, where it has like this edge detection around the player. It's basically player indexing, and it doesn't map to anything else in the scene. It only maps to the player. So when a skeleton appears on the thing, it basically maps what it thinks is a person. This is basically different. It's actual physical edge detection, which works on the 2D modes only. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you wish to get the software, just look in the description. The link is in there. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.